but I had a point I was making.
Oh, I don't. I'm usually not listening when you're talking. I'm just staring at the camera, like being like, "Smile, Kelsey, smile. Look at the camera. Look back at Rachel. Nod. Look back at the camera." It's Kelsey in the movies! Yay!
So we saw Sonic the Hedgehog. Did it have another title? I feel like it has a secondary title.
Sonic the Hedgehog, the movie.
It wasn't.
It's called Sonic the Hedgehog.
Sonic the Hedgehog. So we saw Sonic the Hedgehog.
So Sonic the Hedgehog is based on a popular video game that came out with Sega Genesis. Sega! Back in the day, a long time ago. And he is arguably the most popular video game character other than Mario from Super Mario Brothers, right? I mean, he was Super Mario. That was his main rival in the
if
wars.
You especially take it out of the time period, for sure. Definitely out of Sega, right?
No, he's the premier Sega property.
Sega character, yeah.
They pump out Sonic games. They got Sonic Racing. He's just like their version of Mario.
Yeah.
And he was a big deal, man. When he came back, when he came out on the Sega Genesis, I played the crap out of that game. With my friend Jared. I didn't have a Sega Genesis, but he did, and we played the crap out of the game. It was so fun. It is still fun today. If you can find a copy of that somehow, it's awesome.
So the Sonic the Hedgehog, the movie, it's a live-action movie with the exception of Sonic. It is somewhat of a origin story, briefly. You get like 5 to 10 minutes of a very brief origin. There is more to be unearthed there if you are interested in the origin story of Sonic the Hedgehog.
I didn't know the origin story. I was like, who's this? What's going on here?
It doesn't come up in the video games. Yeah. That very brief look into that starts you off with like the, what do I want to say? The trouble, the problem of like why you have a movie. You know what I mean? That has a more like technical term. I don't know what it is.
We don't need to know what it is.
And then the movie like unfolds from there. Stars Ben Schwartz as the voice of Sonic the Hedgehog.
You're throwing around Ben Schwartz's name like you knew who Ben Schwartz was.
I wanted to know who the voice was.
She looked up the voice and she found out the guy's name, and then she's like, here's Ben Schwartz.
And then I looked at his picture and I was like, oh, I know who this guy is.
I don't know.
And his opposite Sonic stars James Marsden, which you might know from
27 Dresses.
From 27 Dresses, or lots of other movies. He's been in lots of
I know him from 27 Dresses.
Okay. I feel like he was in X-Men. I am 90% sure he was the Cyclops character. Actually, you know what? I'm 100% sure. He's an X-Men. You know I will put it at the bottom. If I was right or wrong, I'm right.
That's good. It's a good opportunity for you to experience being wrong. What? No, I don't know. I don't really know.
And Jim Carrey is the...
Who's that?
Jim Carrey. He's Dr. Eggman. Eggman? Eggman. I don't know.
Dr. Robotnik, who's called Eggman.
Yeah. Okay, I don't know. I play Sonic Racing, and that's all I know.
You also played Sonic Tennis.
Sonic Tennis.
You played the crap out of that game.
We played that whole game. He's the villain, okay?
You would always get Dr. Robotnik, I think.
In tennis?
Yeah.
He was really good
He was good.
Tennis.
Him and Sonic were the best.
He's not particularly great in racing, but in tennis, he was really good. He's fun in racing. Mm-hmm. Anyway, I'm not going to get into the particulars of the different racing vehicles in Sonic Racing.
Because that could be a whole other video.
Kelsey, go, wait, or skip.
I say go see this fun family time at the movie. I thought that it was great. I thought Sonic was awesome. I thought Jim Carrey was funny. And I hadn't seen Jim Carrey in this kind of role in a long time. And I enjoyed it. And I thought that there were some really heartwarming elements in the movie of Sonic wanting to feel a part of something and have like a family. And we got to watch that experience unfold. And I loved it.
I'm going to say wait with a caveat. Because, here's why I'm going to say wait.
It's because you're a Stoneheart.
I feel like kids' movies, family movies, are graded on a curve. And I don't want to do that because does this movie stand up to the likes of 1917, Jojo Rabbit, Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, or Joker? No, it doesn't. This movie wasn't...
Neither did Skyscraper. And yet you threw out a go see it. I'm just saying.
maybe I'd go back and...
No, it's too late. You already did it. You gotta stick with it.
If I saw that movie now, I'm saying that I'm allowed to grow and learn and change as a movie reviewer.
It's true.
And so, like, to be honest, I'm between a wait and a go. If I'm grading on a curve, then I say go.
But not a whoa, because that would be whoa.
So here's what it is. This was a fun family movie. If you wanted to get out of the house with the kids and go see a movie, like, together, this was fun. I think as a parent, you're going to enjoy it. If you have any connection to Sonic, like nostalgia,
I did.
Then I think that you're going to, like, have fun watching this movie, and maybe you'll get to, like, talk to your kids about it. Now, here's the thing. I don't know why your kids want to see this movie.
Because
I don't
Sonic,
know what...
There's still Sonic games out.
Okay, so maybe...
Just because they're not playing it on Sega Genesis.
I'm out of touch. And so maybe kids today have a connection to Sonic that I was unaware of. I just thought they pulled this, like, out of the 80s and 90s and were like, we're making a movie. And I was like,
yeah.
Did anybody want this movie?
Yeah,
I don't know.
Everybody did.
Besides people that have the nostalgia connection. But the movie, like, it was fun. It had some, like, legitimately, like, good, like, parts. But there were also parts of it that were, like, I was like, this is lame. Like, this is just
you had to go in there with your
storytelling and cheesy
I brought my
characters.
My tenderest heart in there. I was like, here's Sonic.
I have less of a connection. I don't have a nostalgia connection
I do have
to
a big
Sonic.
connection
Like,
to Sonic.
I don't.
A lot of emotional capital for me.
Okay. I played Sonic Racing as an adult, so I haven't had enough time to build nostalgia there. I didn't have a video game system until I was like 16 or something.
That's
like
lame.
14 or 16.
Lame.
So I was much older, and it wasn't like a big part of my childhood.
Spoilers!
Big spoiler, guys. Full frontal nudity.
Come on.
For almost the whole movie.
No.
Yes. This being marketed to kids, like, I just don't know.
So, kids movie or porn? Sonic, you decide.
Let's just
you
say,
be the judge.
Sonic wears shoes, tennis shoes, and no other clothes. That, to me, is an article of clothing and signals to my brain, why don't they have more clothing on? I don't know. I'm just saying, guys, be prepared for that, because it's going to be in your face the whole movie. Full frontal hedgehog nudity. Just want to put that out there. Here's what it is. There were some side characters with this movie. They had, like, this government meeting with, like, high-level officials and maybe the president. I don't know. And it was super lame. It was cheesy.
Well, it's supposed to be cheesy. It's a kid's movie.
It wasn't. It needed
campy.
to be, like, way over the top. And I felt like it just wasn't enough. The other thing was, to me, Jim Carrey's Dr. Eggman, there were parts of it that I did really like. But there were other parts of it where I was like, well, that was just mean.
But I think that he's supposed to be. He's the bad guy. Like,
well, he is, but I feel like you need to do, again, over the top with it.
I think he did, though.
I mean, sometimes I was like, well, gosh, it felt more like, oh, he just treated, like, his assistant, like, awfully. And I know that was part of it and was supposed to be funny. I didn't think that it was enough. Like, you had to really go over the top, and instead I was like, that kind of, like,
it was easily Jim Carrey's best performance since Ace Ventura, Pet Detective 2. Right.
I don't even know what to do. Story was, like, just okay. Like, I wasn't totally, like, emotionally, like, brought into this whole thing.
I was like, I want him to have a family. James
Marsden's wife in the movie, his character's wife in the movie, I thought her character was super flat and just, I don't know, I didn't really, like, care for her character in the movie. Like, I thought more could have been done there, especially since it was his wife and it ends up, like, they're an important part of Sonic's life is how it turns out. I thought more needed to be there with her.
I think there's something else that we really need to just get serious for a moment about. And it's that in this movie, there's a depiction of a character who eats so many donuts that Sonic calls him the Donut Lord. And I don't think it's good for kids to see that, because if you eat so many donuts that you're called the Donut Lord, you're not going to look like James Marsden. That's facts. The more you know.
It did seem like he was being portrayed.
I was like, that guy's never even had a donut.
That he has eaten tons of donuts, and yet Yet he looks like James Marsden. So yeah, that's
Setting
an
you up
interesting
for failure,
point.
kids.
Don't believe everything you see and hear. So yeah, but otherwise, like the movie, there were parts of the movie that I thought was great. I think James Marsden brings a certain charisma,
A je ne sais quoi.
that he can like sell like a character, like any character. Like it was good. Ben Schwartz as Sonic, like whoever you pick to voice animated characters is important, and I thought like he did a really good job. I enjoyed Sonic throughout the whole movie.
He was great.
The movie had really like moments of like
Brilliance.
being really funny. Like there were funny little things that were said that were just like a line here and a line there. There was a scene that like I can't get over. Like I think is so funny. The guy that played Dr. Eggman's assistant.
Rachel wants to give him a new award, a new Oscar for like
the funniest like single moment in a movie. The whole movie, he did a good job as the assistant. I can't even place my finger and tell you like why he did such a good job, but it was so good. But there was a scene where Dr. Eggman was like planning like this evil. Anyway, he's involved in a lot of dancing. Like he has music on and he's dancing, enjoying his work. And then his assistant appears like out of the darkness, like to bring him coffee. And he's dancing like with him, but like with this totally like childlike huge smile. Like he's all in on dancing in that moment. And obviously Dr. Eggman hates it, right? Like when you turn, but to have that like switch in the moment, it was fantastic. Like that just totally
that
like
moment
landed.
alone should make you want to go see it.
But like, yeah. So it was good. I was on board with the storyline. I was like, oh yeah, that makes sense. Like the reason why Sonic ran from them and didn't immediately use his ring to run, it's because the ring will stay open and the bad guys follow you, and Sonic doesn't have any control over that. That makes sense. Why does he become friends with James Marsden? Like, why does he need his help? Which I can't remember that character's name. You remember his name?
Tim? No.
Besides...
Was it not Tim?
Donut Lord? I can't remember.
Because he said his... Yeah, remember because he said his dentist called him Tim or something? Or his name is Tom, maybe?
His name's Tom. It was Tom.
And
his dentist called him Tim.
But it had gone on so long that would be awkward if he corrected him now.
Yeah.
That was pretty funny, too.
That's funny.
That happens in real life.
And extra funny because of the exchange. It was with Dr. Eggman, and so the circumstance that the conversation took place made it even funnier. Again...
Just sounds like a great movie.
Moments are funny.
I loved it!
What was I saying when I asked you? I couldn't remember his name.
You wanted to go see it again.
Okay. Oh, why Sonic would even need Tom's help? Like
because he didn't know how to get to San Francisco, remember?
No. But before that, because he was so focused on using the ring, and then he got surprised, which doesn't normally happen for Sonic, but he was so focused because the situation was in, and then by accident, Tom shoots him with a tranquilizer meant for a bear. And so, but that made sense because that's what slowed Sonic down, and then he was put in a dog cage, and like, anyway, that's how the relationship develops. Loses the rings in San Francisco, doesn't know how to get there. But I'm really particular about like, well, we're not just going to move the story along. The reasons have to make sense. And for me, the reasons made sense for why Sonic made his choices.
And even, like, he didn't know how to get to San Francisco because he was like, it's due west. You just go straight there. And Sonic immediately ran and hit the ocean, remember?
Yeah.
He came back with a bunch of fish on him, and he was like...
And in human time, Sonic is like 11 or 12 years old. Based on the brief origin story we got, that's how old he would be because the present-day story took place 10 years later. And when we saw Sonic, he was somewhat around baby age. So he could be maybe 15. But like, yeah. So you can't just, he didn't know how to get to San Francisco. Made sense. I like when things make sense in a movie. It was logical to me, regardless of this being, you know,
like
a Sonic the Hedgehog movie.
You're like a little Spock movie.
I am
You're
kind of like that.
That's not logical, Captain. And you've got like a little pointy ear, like...
So there's our thoughts on Sonic the Hedgehog. I feel like I have to say the movie. They should have just put it in the title.
It's Sonic the Hedgehog, the movie. Well, thanks for watching our show. We appreciate when you like, comment, and subscribe. Where else are you going to get all these Sonic the Hedgehog tidbits that may or may not be accurate?
Yeah. And when you watch this, it won't be Valentine's Day, but we recorded it on Valentine's Day. And so, know this. We love you.
Yeah. This is actually an upside down butt.
Okay.